All right, welcome back to the channel, the Bet Vetted channel. I'm Al, your host, and we're going to take a look at the games in La Liga, Serie A, and in the Premier League taking place on Monday, October 21st. Um, Before we get started, of course, if you're not subscribed to the channel, please consider doing so, hitting that like button, hitting that notification bell, all that good stuff. And my apologies for not posting anything for the NFL games taking place here on Sunday. Not feeling well. Of course, guys, I'm trying to get this stuff out as much as I can. I mean, it sucks. I'd like to be able to get these out every day, but it's a lot of work. But I'm not complaining about that. But I'm trying to find some people that want to help out with this channel, help build this channel, and that love sports, love betting on sports. So we'll see what happens going forward. But I'm gonna try to put out as much content, and if not posting videos, posting in the message board, and then I got a Twitter going on right now. So um, we'll get to it, man. We'll get to it, and we'll get it done, and pump out some content as much as we can. But things are gonna happen, going forward with some more video content. But without any further ado, let's get started with these damn games. All right. We're going to start things off the 2:45 game. Verona going up against Monza in Serie A. Um, and at first, I was looking at Verona in this one, and after taking a second glance and analysis on this one here, I kind of changed my mind on that. Rather than taking Verona to win, I'm going to take the draw on this one. Verona started off pretty good. I don't want to say they started off great because that be, overstating things, exaggerating a little bit, if you will. Whereas Monza, man, they look like dog shit the first couple, matches of the year, matches of the season. So, I was looking at it from that perspective, and then I took a closer look and I seen, Monza drew against Roma. Of course, they were at home. That's really a difference in this game. Monza is a team that, beat AC Milan last year. And they play really good, especially when they're at home. They're not quite as good on the road, but Verona has kind of slowed down in the last couple weeks. So I don't feel as good, putting my money behind, this Verona squad at this point. So what I like in this one is probably something like a 1-1 game, 1-1 draw. And I think that's more than worth your risk. It's not my favorite game out of these three, but I think it's definitely worth your risk. Plus 200 on that. So if you're looking to take a, sniff at this game, I'd probably put my money on the draw. And I may bet on this one. I'm not sure though. I'll let you guys know in the comments. All right, next up, we had the Spain La Liga matchup. We got Valencia going up against Las Palmas. I have to say this is probably my favorite game from a betting standpoint of the three matchups that we have today. Obviously, the one that I'm most excited to watch is the Premier League game, Forest versus Palace. But this game, I think, is the most clear cut from a betting perspective, and I like Valencia to win this. Not that Valencia has been playing all that well. In fact, they've been playing like shit for the most part, but not quite as much shit as Las Palmas, who hasn't won since I think like January or February of last season. So they haven't won in almost an entire calendar year, which is pretty pathetic when you think about it, man. And with all due respect to that Las Palmas side, man, they play hard. They're just not very good at the end of the day. But again, like I mentioned just a moment ago, either is Valencia. They do have a good goalkeeper there with Mamashvili. But other than that, I think they really struggle on the attack. Just not having many scoring options in the final third there, and a lot can be said at least the same for Las Palmas and why they struggle, but they're a little bit more sloppier in the back, I think, as well. Um, but I do like Valencia. Let's just go with Valencia and under 3.5 goals. Because this isn't going to be a high scoring affair, I could tell you that much. You could go with under 2.5. I think that would score for you as well. But if you want to get a little bit more bang for your buck, go with Valencia and 3.5 get you plus 115 over there at BetMGM. You know what? And tell BetMGM I sent you. Not that they care, but all right, lastly, we go over to England, the Premier League, where we have Nottingham Forest going up against Crystal Palace here on a Monday matchup. Um, and the one thing that sticks out for this game is that Forest is going to be missing their number one uh, offensive attacking option in Gibbs White. I think that's problematic for a team like Nottingham Forest that depends on him so much, not necessarily for scoring, but just for playmaking. The guy is just so direct. He's always doing something. Creating activity, creating chances for that team. For a squad that is somewhat challenged in the final third in scoring goals. They still have Chris Wood out there. They still have Alanga out there. They still have some of their other guys. Um, I believe Ward Prose is going to miss this game as well. Who's a guy I like? Kind of West Ham kind of dismissed him after Southampton had sold him over to West Ham, and now he's over at Nottingham Forest, and that's a guy I like. I'm not sure why they got rid of him, but he hasn't done quite that much, this year so far. But he's not going to be playing in this one either way. Um, so you're going to have guys like Dominguez in there and things of that sort. Um, you know what? Like looking at this matchup, Crystal Palace is winless this year. They had kind of high expectations. Of course, they got rid of guys like, Michael Elise, and then they sold IU over to Leicester and things of that. So it's been really tough sledding for them this start of the year. Listen, I like Crystal Palace to not come away with this from this game with a loss. Okay, I don't know if they're going to win this one. I don't think there's going to be a lot of goals in this game. I think it's going to be pretty low scoring affair, pretty tight. Kind of back and forth. You know, not an exercise in futility, but just kind of a defensive struggle out there. And these two teams struggle to score. There's no doubt about that. I wouldn't be misstating things by saying that. So I see something coming in under 2.5 goals, which is something you probably don't see that much anymore in the Premier League. Seems like the scoring's been up quite a bit, but at any rate, I don't see Crystal Palace losing, so I like them on the double chance. And let's go with Crystal Palace on the double chance. And listen, I say this with some reservation because I know that Nottingham Forest, they play really, really well at the city grounds. I just see with the guys that they're missing in this one, that they may have some struggles there. And Crystal Palace, relatively healthy. So let's go with Crystal Palace on the double chance plus under 2.5 goals. And that'll get you plus 135. So it's a good risk reward dynamic there. So I like that one. Again, you get that over at BetMGM. Let them know I send you. They don't give a shit, but just let them know, and we'll take it from there. All right, that's all I got for you folks. As always, appreciate you showing up and showing some love. And I'll try putting out some more videos. Look at the message board or whatever, like the community tab, because I'll be posting my NHL best picks on there. I'm not able to get out a video. What I want to start doing is just putting out a best bets video. Like I can't until I get some help here, some guys or gals to help me out with posting these videos, and we could team up on this little venture here. What I want to do is just put out a best bet video where I provide like three or five of my best bets in all sports. Okay. I think that would benefit the community. I think that would benefit myself and certain, from a time perspective. And yeah, so that's what I'm probably going to do. But until then, guys, man, best of luck to you. Make some money, uh, beat the shit out of them books, and we'll see you next time. Peace out.